Okay, so Nathan, Nick, myself over there in the living room, fake living room.
Myself
we got
over there.
Wolf. That's not going to be weird or anything. And Eric. Thanks for being here. All right, so the best Disney parades you've ever seen.
Spectro.
Well, nighttime parade, sure. We're having this discussion because today was the debut of Magic Castle.
Right.
At Disneyland. That's the whole reason we're having this conversation. You said Spectra. Why Spectra Magic? I mean, I agree with you.
Well,
Why?
that one made the biggest impact on me. I always say that the most the thing that has the most impact on me is music, the audio track of the Disney parks, and Spectral Magic just had such a beautiful music track. And I'm not one that really cares about parades, but every time I was in the park, I would just stop and watch and take in that parade and listen to the music. And the music was the soundtrack of the Magic Kingdom for me for years. And that was like during some of the years where I was really getting more into the community, more into the parks as far as really more into the news of what's going on. Not just visiting the parks every now and then, but really getting into what makes them tick and learning more about them. And so it just happened at the right time. It was a lot of things that combined together, and it made the biggest impact on me. But it was definitely the music, I'd have to say. But the visuals, I'm sure we'll talk plenty about it, but it was outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was I think it came in about 91. Does that sound right? 90 or
20th
90?
anniversary.
That was when I got my first annual pass. So I remember I'm dating myself a little bit. I was in high school, and I just remember Main Street Electrical Parade, and boom, Spectrum Magic showed up.
Yeah.
And I didn't know. I just came to the park one day, and they had one parade, and came to the park, and then they had another.
Yeah.
And I remember it
There
was
were no
super.
blogs to tell you
Right.
this important
And
information.
at the time, it was super creepy to me. Like, we used to joke about it being like Satan magic, because these creatures
the
with glowing,
Spectro Men?
the creatures with glowing faces, doing pirouettes down Main Street. It was a little creepy your first time, I think.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's my favorite parade of all time. That was always
Spectro?
my favorite thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is my favorite thing in any Disney park I've ever seen. I love that parade very much.
It made me stop and watch, and I mean, not many parades or shows in general make me stop and watch when I'm passing by it. And so I wouldn't necessarily make trips to see it specifically, but I was in the Magic Kingdom enough at night and would always stop and watch it. And I can't say the same for the daytime parade. I'm like, oh, this is getting in my way.
Yeah.
I love Festival of Fantasy, but like it gets in my way.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen Festival of Fantasy in ages.
Yeah.
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 I mean, I agree.
I like
I mean, Main
I
Street
like it.
Electrical has always been sort of way up there for me.
Yeah.
And I think, of course, you could also say Spectro took it to the next level.
Yeah.
But there's something about the classic, too. Something about that music that's very
There
specific.
was, and then we got like beaten over the head with it.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I don't
I
disagree
don't know how
with
many
that.
farewells I can go to.
Yeah.
I've been to, I think, at least 3 performances that were supposed to be the last of that parade in my life. Maybe 4.
You
No,
including
no.
Disneyland or?
One
Yeah.
Disneyland. I was at the last in '91. I was at the last in '01. Right, it was at the end of the farewell run, the Millennium one. Yeah. I was at the last Magic Kingdom, and I was at what was supposed to be the last Disneyland before the last run. So I've been to 4 supposed final performances of the Main Street Electrical Parade in my life.
And it was at DCA, too, was it not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't go to that last
Oh.
one, though, but-
Were they all the same, all 4 closings, or were they tweaked a little?
What do you mean?
Like, were the floats all working? Were they all the same? Like, did they take things out or add things? For that parade, weren't there floats?
There have been changes over
Yeah.
time, yeah.
My
Yeah.
question was, were all 4 closing parades, you were supposed to see the end parade all 4 times, they were all the same? I thought it changed when it came from one coast to coast.
What are you talking? I'm
Forget
so
it.
confused.
Well, I mean, they added floats. They changed.
I don't think
floats.
that's what he's talking about.
Oh,
That is what I'm talking about.
Is it?
Yeah.
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 so it's
Yeah,
different.
I'd say
Some
we
of those
changed
changes.
A couple times, yeah.
Yeah.
Barely. I mean, sometimes the stupid clown face float came back
Right.
for Pinocchio.
Right.
Yeah.
Can I put in a word for it's a semi parade? I don't even know if it really counts because it's not what was actually going on in the parks all the time. Because I consider it sort of a mesh of things. But like Christmas parades, like on TV, were a big deal growing up to me. And I know, like going back now, I can kind of like go, oh, this is from this and this is this thing, and like, you know, the two parades merged into one. But there was something kind of fun about that idea that like, when you see these parades in the parks, they're really short, and then they find these ways to elongate the parade, right?
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're going to cut and do this other thing, and they come back, and you're like, man, there must have been like 20 miles of parade between there when you're a kid. You have no idea, and then like now you realize, no, there's nothing between any of that. But for me, I think those are probably, like, when I think of my best memories, is watching.
Now we cut to Nick Cannon getting on the monorail.
Yeah. Sticky feet. Oh, gross. But, yeah.
Oh, Pete's back. Does Pete even have a microphone?
Yeah, I'm using Eric's.
That doesn't actually work, we found out last
Oh, it doesn't?
Is it the handheld over
There's
there?
no way that the audience could not hear what I'm
week. No one could
saying.
hear you last week.
Oh, that's the first. Well, I happen to carry a mic stand with me.
Look at that.
To beat Nathan with.
That's fine, I'll live.
By the way, there are definitely screenshots of your text conversation, and he absolutely made it
That's
clear.
perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine.
He outlined.
I'm okay with
he
always being
outlined,
that guy.
I think we should read these on the air.
outlined
What I
shot
did
by
happened.
shot.
Let me hold on. I'm going to read this
Sure.
conversation on the air.
I mean,
Nate,
I did 98%
I
of this
read
show
this?
correct,
Please.
but let us go ahead and
Can
go
I read this?
over
I
time
give you permission.
for this.
Oh yeah.
Nick gives permission.
I'm on the text loop. I'm
That's
in
true,
there.
That's true.
Nick's in the text.
Nathan, is this like a video that goes before the image then? Is that the idea? Nicholas Cicero. This video we just did is custom to the drinks we are making this week. We shot on location. So the entire segment is the video. Got it. Image into video, then we throw it to ourselves in the studio. And we make the cocktails we just tried. Nick, yup, plus the live animation. Nathan, the live animation? Do you mean the motion graphic of the logo? Nick, no! Someone is drawing cartoon characters to be alongside us.
Thanks, Tyler.
It's epic. Use an overlay. It'll be fine. Nathan said to email it to me.
Yeah, that doesn't sound complicated at all.
But then Nick there's these long instructions of how to edit the video.
Can I see those, honestly?
Yeah.
Please, no, like,
B-roll,
give me the
I can
phone.
show you right here.
Intro, B-roll walking in, B-roll of the drinks and menu, B-roll of him making the drink, Nick and I drinking and talking about each drink, outro throwing it to ourselves.
You know, I kind of remember this now.
Okay, I'll get cracking.
It's so vague. The
Wait, I
instruction
wrote
is
okay,
so
I'll get
vague.
cracking?
Oh wait, is that Tyler?
Nathan must have been trying the
Oh,
drinks.
is that Rob? I don't
He
know.
wasn't
There's so
there.
many different ones.
Making them at home?
Yeah.
Parades. People over there, what parades do you like?
Can we count the electrical water pageant?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh,
Was that
yeah.
on wheels?
It's a classic.
No.
No, I'm kidding.
No, I remember this.
We're
now.
lucky it hasn't sunk
Yeah.
yet.
My favorite parade of all time is Spectra Magic.
You missed our whole conversation.
Okay, great.
Spectrum.
That's why I just wanted to throw that in there. 'Cause
There
I
was a whole
outside.
video opening about
Yeah,
Spectrum
yeah.
Magic.
So besides that, I am a big fan of the current parade in the middle of the day, the what I call the 3 o'clock parade. But I like it. Or
You know the name of it?
I don't know the name of it. Festival of Fantasy. It's the festival. I know the whole song, but I don't know the name.
Yeah, sing it. Go ahead.
It's the Festival of
Oh, you just-
Fantasy.
Now the monetization has gotten off on this YouTube video.
Yeah, I nailed it. You're welcome.
Away we go.
I like this parade. I think it's fun. I think it's nice in the middle of the day. I mean, obviously, I love nighttime parades the most. But if I had to say, like, currently, across all the properties, I haven't seen the new one in California. I just saw the pictures a few hours ago with the rest of the world because I'm not in California, obviously. I think it's the coolest daytime parade in recent memory for me.
You know, with Tokyo closing tomorrow, there are no Disney nighttime parades in the world right now.
Wow.
I don't even know. It's got to be the first time since electrical parades, like early run.
That's going to be a trivia
That's a
question
thing.
right there.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. That's crazy. Wolf, you haven't gone.
yeah.
Wolf. Go
Wolf.
So my favorite, honestly, is first time that I went to Disneyland, I saw Paint the Night, and so I just have that very good memory of being with my two best friends at California, my first time at Disneyland, crying, just being there and watching that parade. So I think Paint the Night for sure is going to be up there. And then the second time that I was able to go to California, I saw Main Street Electrical Parade, which I've always loved here. I don't remember Spectro. I've seen like videos, but
10 years.
Yeah.
and I have pictures of me like my mom taking pictures of me like with it behind me and stuff like that. I just don't remember any of that, but I do remember very fondly, Main Street Electrical. So I would say those two for sure.
Should we go to Spencer?
Yes.
Yeah, I was trying to get to everybody. Spencer to go now.
I'm just worried he's gonna. Oh,
I
wait,
know
hold
he's
on.
just going to name something from Tokyo.
Spencer, can you hear
Shut
us?
up. First of all, I do want to talk about Spectro Magic for a second. I grew up going to Disney World, so I remember Spectro Magic in their second run. And when it went away in 2010, I was really upset by trying to find a good place. I could live with that parade. I like it. Obviously, of course, my nighttime has to go to Dreamlights. Tokyo Disneyland Electrical Parade is the greatest night parade in the world. It's the greatest night parade we have here. It's the greatest night parade Disney has ever. Shut up.
Wow. Strong.
He thinks because he's across the globe, he can talk to you like that.
Just wait till you have to steal my shirt.
You're not coming to Tokyo anymore.
Remember when you said they weren't going to close? Remember how we've had that conversation for weeks? They're not going to close. I'm like, they're going to close.
Hey, I didn't think they were going to close until they closed the schools. When they closed the schools, I knew it was over.
Yep.
Anyway,
Now,
so with
coronavirus is
Dreamlights,
right behind you.
No, it's just a railroad that's actually running and not closed due to budget.
Oh, no, that just turned. Never mind. Okay.
is this the only railroad that's running right now?
In the world? No. Disneyland
For now, at
has
least.
So
one.
Long Island Double R's running just fine.
Oh, relatively speaking.
Are you sure about that? I've heard bad things about the LIRR.
Hey.
Yeah.
It's a great rail service.
So you like Dreamlights? What else do you like?
All right then. I can't in good conscience say Dreaming Nighttime Parade. I can't.
I don't know what he said.
I said I can't say in good confidence that Dreaming Up is the best daytime parade.
Okay.
That goes to the one that came before it. It's Happiness is Here.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Happiness is Here is the best daytime parade that has ever been at a Disney park. The music is timeless and infectious. The floats were gigantic. They were beautiful. There's so many wonderful things I could say about Happiness is Here, and I saw it on my first trip to Tokyo Disneyland in 2016. I fell in love with it. Everyone I know who has ever seen that parade fell in love with it. That's the best one. I can't say anything else.
I have a fun Happiness is Here story. My first trip, we kind of shifted the dates because they announced the last day for Happiness is Here, and I didn't want to miss it because I'd seen so many pictures and video of it, and I'd listen to the soundtrack all the time. And I really wanted to see it, so we went like 2 days earlier so I could see the last Happiness is Here. So that was my first day there. We got to see Happiness is Here, which I agree with Spencer. I think it's the best daytime parade I've ever seen. It's really great. It was done by, all the floats were done by Kevin and Jody. Kevin Kidney and Jody Daly, who've done a number of things. They did Soundsational. They've done a lot of stuff. Really great parade, really cute floats, great music, a lot of weird characters in it. There was an Aristocats float where they're jumping on the piano. Everything had like a toy. A lot of things had like a toy quality. So there's like a wind up or a pull along toy of Nigel the seagull from Nemo, and the fish are in the mouth, and they would jump like as the toy's being wheeled, like it was a mechanism. The fish in the mouth would like jump out.
That's cool.
It's really cool. We have video on our YouTube channel if you want to watch it. Actually, the last one ever. It's a great parade. If you've never seen it, you should watch it. Dreaming Up is still great, but there's just something about Happiness is Here that was really special. But as far as Florida parades, The one I grew up with and is the most memorable from my childhood is the 25th anniversary, the Remember the Magic parade.
Yeah.
Remember, obviously, the music sticks with everyone remembers that song. That was just a really good parade. I didn't like daytime parades until that, because even as a kid, I hated Mickey Mania. Mickey Mania drove me insane. I hated the music so much, and just it was dumb. It was like big Mickey watches and hands walking down the street, and there's like rap music, and just I don't like Mickey Mania.
So I have to say I had a love-hate relationship with Jammin' Jungle Parade.
Oh, I love Jam.
Yeah.
No, I loved
Yes.
it, but it just was horrible to be inside that park when that parade was going on unless you wanted to enjoy the parade. That's the problem. It was a great parade, but
It did shut down traffic. It was
shut
I-4,
down.
LIE, whatever your traffic is in New York State.
care.
That was it. It shut down the park, but it was an
Yeah.
awesome parade.
I just
Right.
want to yell Pata
So-
Pata. I don't care.
love-hate on that one.
They brought it back in the Mardi Gras parade this year over at Port Orleans. They did extinct attractions, and it was one of
Yeah.
the floats, which was kind of cool.
That's cool.
I like Jam and Jungle.
Mm-hmm.
I also really liked. I liked Share a Dream Come True a lot. The 100 Years of Magic
Oh yeah.
parade. The show stops were really cute when they did the show stops. The original version, because that was the one with the snow globe floats. That was really cute. But then they did a slight update of the parade because they wanted to get the domes off because the performers were hot in those stupid domes.
It's like
And so they
greenhouses. Yeah.
did. So they did like a light update, and it was for the Year of a Million Dreams. It was the Disney Dreams Come True parade, and they ripped off music from Tokyo, and they rewrote it, and they slapped it on the parade, and the music was so catchy, and I just love that version of that parade. I would absolutely go see that, mostly just for the music. Every time I was in that park, I would go see that parade because I couldn't get that damn song out of my head. That's also on our YouTube channel if you want to watch that one too.
I remember as a kid there was like just like watching I guess like just Disney videos. There was one with a giant like Roger Rabbit just inflatable.
Oh, Party Gras.
Yeah, there we go.
Gras.
That's-
Party Gras. That was Disneyland and Disney World.
I just remember that for some reason just always sticking to my. I
Yeah.
love Roger Rabbit, so that's
They're
like one
Burger
of the things that I'm
King
just
toys of those parade floats.
Like, that's awesome.
When you say the big
Yeah.
inflatable, you know what I think of too? I miss the old Aladdin parade at Hollywood
Gorilla.
Studios.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
big,
Royal
yeah,
Caravan,
with like the
yeah.
original camera spitting and the guys with the swords and the big inflatable
It's Stage
genie.
89. Ron Logan gave us like the whole backstory.
Which was
on
awesome
that
because
parade,
like that
yeah.
parade is a huge like that's one memory that I can remember like vividly from my childhood.
Yeah, he talked about how they were going to have chicks in the parade.
Oh yeah.
He said like the
Little baby
Magic
chickens.
Kingdom has girls in the parade. At MGM Studios, we had to have chicks.
Yep.
Yeah, he wanted them
And then
high
all the
kicking.
women in the room were super uncomfortable.
He wanted Rockettes basically in that parade, which is hilarious. But yeah,
Yeah.
that was an awesome parade.
That
Aladdin
run
parade.
of temporary parades in that park, there was what, Toy Story, Hercules Zero to Hero, the Mulan parade. I think
But
I liked
Aladdin
all
was the
of
best.
those.
Aladdin was the best.
I really like Mulan was great. Mulan was a really fun parade. I like that one.
I mean, it's pretty
Hercules
buck.
is good.
It's pretty buck wild that there's only one parade
Isn't
in
that
4
crazy?
parks
Yeah.
now. Like,
We
that's
used to
insane.
Have 5.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
5
wild.
parades, yeah.
So I can't not mention Tapestry of Nations, which is
Oh, sure.
probably my favorite daytime parade.
Ugh.
I know,
I
no,
never
I
liked it.
get it that you don't like it, but
It was the same 3 things like repeated.
I
over
know,
and
I
over.
just like it. I liked there being a parade at Epcot. I loved the puppets. I mean, I loved the costumes. I loved the music. Just always stuck with
Music
me.
was good.
Yeah. So, no, I love it, and I mean, it probably has to do with the affection of Epcot, but I mean, I did really love that parade. And again, some music. The music stuck with me. If it didn't have good music, I don't know, or music that really connected, I don't know if I would have liked it as much as I did, but yeah.
There's only 2 parades that I feel haven't really come up, and I think it's for good reason. But I want to see
boy.
if anyone brings them up. Does anyone have any other ones they want
I
to
was
bring up?
I was gonna say I'm like Nick, where I'm not really into the parades, right? Usually I use that as, especially when I was younger, a time to just go ride stuff, right?
Yeah.
'Cause it's shorter lines. But the Boo to You parade,
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's one of the
that's
best.
yeah.
that's one that I will stand there and watch. usually.
Well, you paid for it.
Yeah, you paid for it.
I'm paying for it, right?
I paid for the night.
But it's a pretty entertaining parade.
That's a
and it
great
has
parade.
catchy music,
Oh, yeah.
and it's well done. And
It's taken some hits over the years. I don't like the changes from last year. The weird alien, the Buzz Lightyear segment.
this year, I might have just missed it. I didn't see the Headless Horseman this year. Like
It
right
depends
there.
on the night. Sometimes the weather or just
Yeah.
the horse isn't cooperating.
We talked about this year that we thought the Christmas parade was a huge upgrade this year compared to past years. Mickey's Very
The
Merry.
changes were good, yeah.
Yeah. And for the first time, I got to see the Rainy Day Cavalcade at a Christmas party,
Oh, that was cute.
which was really cool, too. I mean, obviously, not everyone could see that, but I thought
But
that
the
was cute.
Christmas Rainy Day Cavalcade uses the music from Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Parade.
Yeah.
The former
Yeah.
Christmas parade
It's
of
super
my
cool.
entire childhood, which was crazy.
It was crazy to see Tom smile for 17 minutes straight.
That's the only thing that made me happy was a backup version of a
Yeah.
parade.
He's
brought
standing
out
there
all
like,
my
look,
joy.
look. Just smiling. He's like, you hear the music? Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, this
I was
is great.
excited about the music. That
I
was
know,
my whole
I was the same
childhood,
way. I
yeah.
was just so excited to see you
My
excited.
whole childhood was that music. That was a great parade. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Parade.
The internet says stars and cars.
Yeah.
That was one that
Yeah.
didn't come
I was
up with me.
about to
Everybody
say.
usually hated that thing. Which
I
is
liked
why.
that.
You like Stars and Motor Cars?
I liked it only because there was an actual like Kermit and Miss Piggy
Yes.
like, puppet.
There was a lot of
And I'm like, that's
nonsense,
cool.
though. There was Power Rangers.
Yeah.
There was Bear
Yeah.
in the Big Blue House.
Yeah.
There was like just Playhouse Disney. What? There was other weird stuff in there at different points. There was some kooky stuff.
Yeah,
that was not a good parade.
No, I
though.
never really liked it.
They were just cars.
I feel like that one was very much how we like the fantasy. Oh my gosh, I blanked out. The one in Magic Kingdom right now.
Festival of
Daytime
Fantasy?
Festival
See,
of Fantasy.
it's hard to remember the name, but the song is easy. The name slips your
That song
mind.
is the name.
I know, but I'm saying there's something out there in
It's a vestibule of
Family.
I mean,
But just like the Festival of Fantasy is like it has all the like Fantasyland, people or
Yeah.
like characters. Like that one
Fantasyland people,
yeah. That one at Hollywood Studios or MGM at the time
Yeah.
basically had like all the properties that were just represented
yeah.
in the park. It was just like,
Luke and Leia
Throw
in
them
a car loosely decorated like a land speeder.
It looked like a homecoming parade at a high school.
Kathleen, that was the thing that
what it
made
looked like.
Kathleen Kennedy decide
Yeah.
no more like fun Star Wars stuff in the park. She's
It was like when
no,
you
no,
asked
you
your
can't
friend's
put
parents,
them in a car.
do you own a convertible? We're gonna put people in the back of it.
Then they shipped those cars to Paris. The parade went to Paris, but only some of it because Paris didn't want to pay to staff all the cars.
It's tough times.
Paris did that. Paris also took Fan Illusion from Tokyo, which had, Spencer will correct me on this, I'm sure. What was it, 30-something units originally in Tokyo, and then it went down to how many in Paris? Like 12, 13?
I'm not
He's
sure
dead.
he's there.
I wish
He
we
died.
got back to him in like a mask.
He
He's
died.
mad at me.
I wish he had like a mask on so I could cut back.
Oh, man.
So honorable mention, the I know it had an official name. It was like Legends of the Force, the Star Wars Weekends.
Oh, the motorcade,
one,
yeah.
The motorcade. Just because you got to see the Star Wars actors and stuff in a parade.
Yeah.
The other one, no one's mentioned. I wouldn't bring it up because I never enjoyed it really. Block Party Bash.
Oh, I love
I know
Block
you did.
Party, yeah.
Yeah.
See, I didn't even think about it because I don't even consider Block Party a parade.
Yeah, same.
It was a show.
Yeah, I guess.
But it
It
was,
just
you're
kinda
right,
like
it
a-
fits parade.
Yeah.
They came out and then did the
The
thing and left.
worst parade
That's how I felt.
in the 65-year history of the Disney parks, Pixar Pals Countdown to Fun, without doubt. But you saw that, right?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
that
yeah.
that was the worst. They just repainted the blocks,
How
but they
long
didn't
that was
reshape
around
them.
for? Not long, right?
Like a year and a half.
Thank God it was a
Okay.
countdown.
I didn't even
George
know it.
Kalogridis came, I think, and they took him to Hollywood Studios, and he goes, "This has to end."
I didn't even think it lasted a year.
He was like,
so.
"This, you should just not have a parade."
Don't send out the rest of the floats.
Like
Stop
the
it
next
now.
day, it was just canceled, and everyone's like, "Oh, I guess it's over." No
Wow.
one cared. It's
It
like,
was stopped with the same amount of speed of Iger getting out of the CEO position. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, there's just no more parade.
God, that was the worst.
I do like Pixar Play Parade though.
I was gonna say alternatively,
Yeah, that's
I loved
good.
that was my
Yeah,
first
yeah.
Disneyland parade.
Oh.
Was Play Parade, yeah. Sensational was great. Love
I didn't get to see
Sensational.
Sensational the 2 times that I've gone to Disneyland.
What's the Christmas parade at Disneyland?
Oh, Christmas Fantasy.
That's really
great.
I like that.
That is a quintessential 90s Disney parade.
Yeah.
It still has all that feel to it, which is wonderful.
And actually, I want to bring up one more that I never got the chance to see. Contrary to popular belief, I wasn't alive. America on Parade.
The giant sandwich?
Yeah.
I like the giant sandwich.
I
There's
would
a
have
float,
loved.
there's just a big sandwich.
I would have loved to see that.
Yeah. With the big head people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic. Yeah. Any other ones? Quickly, we're running out of time here. Anyone have
Did
any
we
other
talk
one?
about Spectre Magic?
We did.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
Spectro.
I always remember,
what?
like, there's footage about, like, I think in Disneyland, and it had, like, circus carts or circus cars.
Electrical Parade did at one point.
They're all just parked
Like, with,
in
like, real animals.
Pete Silly Sideshow.
Oh,
now.
probably at some point. Or
Yeah, at
other.
some point, right?
ages
It
and
was
The
like
ages
early
ages
and
ago.
parades.
Yeah.
The early parades are weird.
Really?
Yeah.
They're
They're
real.
very
weird.
much circus parades. Those early ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I love the one for the opening of the Tomorrowland expansion where they made floats for the Matterhorn, the submarines, and the
Gotta see that.
monorail. They're in that Disneyland TV special, the Disneyland 59. It's really cool. It's a cool older.
The Jungle Cruise went from boat to parade today. It just went right down to the track. They just should have wheels on the bottom of the Jungle Cruise boats. But anyway, let's keep going. Because it's shallow. Forget it. Let's just keep moving. It was such a good segment. Why do I talk?
Yeah, you ruined
See you later. Good night.
You're ruined. All right, I think that's it. That's it. Those are our favorite parades. We talked about parades.
We did it.
The show's over. It only went 20 minutes over.
That's not bad.
Wigs members, stick
They
around
gotta
for your
come
post show. And remember, kids, rebellions are built on hope.